Greetings, one and all, wherever you are in the universe, metaverse, or rainbow. And welcome to your latest edition of an Espresso Shot of Confidence, the podcast that explores all aspects of confidence, challenges taboos and unhelpful narratives, and empowers you, yes, you, to be awesome, loudly, and proudly. It's time for you to grab a drink, whiskey, coffee, whatever it is, and settle in for the next however long this episode is. I'm your host, the Master of Awesomeness, Ashley Griffiths, and today we are going to be talking about snowballs. Yes, you heard me right. Snowballs. Bear with me, right? Bear with me. All will become clear in the next 20 minutes or so. So let me start at the beginning. In our connected world, we are surrounded by images and videos of successful people. People that have loads of clients, millions of followers on social media. In the social media world, we call these people influencers. And these influencers literally can post a picture of a lettuce leaf and the world goes nuts. They'll have thousands of comments, thousands of likes. They'll probably say that they've got business out of it. And maybe they have. And then there's the rest of us mere mortals that post online, that are trying to grow a business, that are trying to bring about social change, whatever it is. And we get one like, or maybe we don't even get that. Maybe we get tumbleweed for company. And this can be extremely frustrating, especially when you're starting out or you're struggling to get any sort of traction. However, stop before you start busting out the dance moves, heading over to TikTok, dishing out the food porn and the cat memes just to get some traction on the social media platforms. I want you to put down your phone and take a few breaths. Okay. Whatever you are trying to achieve online or in your life is worth fighting through the white noise and memes. There are people out there. There are people out there that need to hear from you, specifically you, and will benefit so much from your wisdom, your knowledge, your offers, your services, just from being in the bloody same room as you. But if you don't post, if you don't create offers, if you don't create services, if you don't do anything, and unfortunately, and I've said this time and time again, people aren't mind readers. They'll never know you're there and you'll never get any traction. And that is a fucking shame. Because like I said, let me repeat that. There are people that need to hear from you. You, yes, you, whatever it is that you do, be it an accountant, be it a coach, be it a PA, be it a personal trainer, whatever it is, there is somebody out there that would benefit from your wisdom, from your knowledge, from your expertise, from whatever services that you offer. And yes, when you start out, you might not get millions and millions and millions of dollars in your bank account, millions of pounds, millions of followers, millions of all this other stuff. But do you even want that? Do you even want that? But before we even get started, I really, really want to share this powerful, powerful, powerful message with you. Because you see, I genuinely believe that every single person on this planet, every single person, not just the exceptional or the gifted or the rich or the famous. Fuck that. I mean, everyone, every single person, you, me, Bob down the road, every single person can make a massive difference in the lives of others. Let me give you an example And this is where we're going to move on to the whole snowball thing. So you put a post out on social media, wherever you are, say LinkedIn, and that makes one person think they are not alone in the way that they think or with the problems that they face. Or it could inspire them to take action. They see it, it empowers them, and they think, fuck this, I'm going to take action. Now that's going to infuse that person's day with awesome, positive energy, and they're going to move out into the world feeling lighter and with a much more positive vibe that day. So let's say they go out and they grab a cup of coffee. So they go into the coffee shop and they give the barista a winning smile as they serve them and thank them for their service. Now the barista feels really cool. So the energy is starting to snowball now, because then the barista shares that positivity with a customer that is having a crap day by possibly doing something that makes them laugh and gets them out of their head and just disrupts the negative vibes or whatever drama they've got going on in their head at that moment. And that laugh again just brings their energy up. And then that person goes out into the world with a much more lighter energy, or maybe thinks, you know what, that problem really wasn't as big a deal. Maybe I was catastrophizing. Maybe I was being a bit of a drama queen. The world is actually good because there's good people like that. And again, it just has the power to snowball. It really does. Let me give you another example. So say you're working with your clients and you create a really transformational moment with them. The light bulbs go bing, 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 bing. And they're like, fuck, I never even thought about that. And that facilitates a massive change in their life. Maybe they develop a greater sense of awareness, self-confidence, belief, or they take an action they never thought they could bloody well do. And they take that action and they go forward in their day and they absolutely fucking smash it. They start their own business. They create that course. They take a massive positive action. Maybe they go on a trip around the world, whatever it is. Now, let's just take it from a business example here. So you have had a positive impact on a client. Now, if you've solved that problem, if you've moved them from a pain point, if you've caused some form of transformation in their life, that is going to snowball again, because that's going to have an impact not only on their professional life, it's going to have an impact on their personal life. This lightness, or if they've managed to shed some bullshit narratives, that lightness is going to reflect, it's going to enhance their relationships with their friends, with their family. It's going to enhance their relationships with their clients. It's going to give them a sense of worth, a sense of confidence, and they're going to go out and create that service that's going to impact their people. And there's no telling where that goes after that. There is no telling how much of an impact that can have on people. And isn't that just fucking amazing? Think about that right now. Having an impact on one person has the power to change multiple people's lives. And yes, I do know that maybe you're not going to get that feedback necessarily. You might not hear that, oh, thank you, you did that. You've really made a difference for me. That's been game-changing for me. You may never hear that. But knowing that that's a possibility, knowing that your words, your energy, your courses, your services, your content can have the power to change the earth, to change the planet, one person at a time, isn't that worth getting out your head and taking action for? So this is my invitation to you. Who wants to join me and throw snowballs around the world? Who wants to take part in the world's biggest snowball fight? Come on, let's do it. It's going to be fun, right? Because I believe we all have the power. We all have the power to make change. I know you do, you do, you do, you do, you do. And yes, you, sir. Yes, you, sir, at the back. Even you have the power to make a massive change. But before we get there, it all starts with self-belief. It all starts with self-belief. An awareness that you have the skills, the knowledge, the expertise to share with people, knowing that you can have an impact. And unfortunately, right now, some of you are probably listening to this and thinking, I've got nothing to share with the world. I've got no value. Woo, 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 woo. Let me stop you there. No, I'm not having that, because we've all got something to share. Every single one of us, because we're all unique. We all have unique perspectives and a way of looking things. We've all experienced life in a different way. We've experienced different things. We've taken different journeys, different paths. We've grown in different ways, and that has all given us a very particular set of skills. But all joking aside, our skills, our knowledge, our experiences, sharing those with the world can be transformative for someone else. And I'm going to sound like a scratched record here. And I've probably said this on other podcasts. And if I haven't, well, I have no idea how you've got away with it for this long. But I will certainly say it in this podcast, and I will probably say it in other podcasts. Simple for you is life-changing for somebody else. There is a reason that it's simple for you, because you put in the hours. You've got the experience. You've got the knowledge. That's why it's simple for you. But for other people, they don't know that. They've got no idea. And I mean this in the nicest possible way. They're completely clueless about the stuff that you have the expertise in. Completely clueless. So you could put something out there that would be really like, this is the most basic tip in the world. But I guarantee you it will set the light bulbs up for some other people. So knowing that, really leaning in to your strengths, leaning into the fact that you have something of value. And as humans, we're terrible for this. We're terrible for doubting that. We're terrible for thinking, well, I've got nothing. I've got more weaknesses than strengths. Nobody cares what I've got to say. No, we've all got that. So my invitation to you right now is to kind of get out a piece of paper and a pen. Write down those strengths. Write down those things that you're good at. And if you can't do it, ask somebody who does know you, maybe a colleague, your boss, your husband, your wife, somebody who really cares, somebody whose opinion you value. Ask them to add to the list. Write those strengths down. And that is the starting point. Look at them, read them, look for evidence of them being true, because there will be. Maybe you've had success with your clients. Maybe you've signed a lot of deals. Maybe you've had a lot of personal growth. Whatever it is, all of these things are stuff that you need to lean into and start believing if you want to take part in this snowball fight. Because your self-belief, your confidence in what you have to offer and the impact that you can have is going to power it forward, and it's going to start those snowballs flying. So it all starts with self-belief. Believe in you, because you are awesome. You've got gifts, you've got experience, you've got expertise, and the world needs to hear it. Which then leads me on to my second point. What is your intention? It's super important to post with intention. Unfortunately, there are so many people that start posting on social media because, well, that's what I've got to do or I should do, and get hung up on the vanity metrics, the likes, the comments, all of that crap. And it can very quickly become this chase for likes, this chase for dopamine rushes, this chase for the endorphins. But what does that achieve? What does that achieve? It achieves nothing. So if you're wanting to throw snowballs, if you're wanting to make an impact in the world, if you're wanting to facilitate change, think about why. What's the story behind that? Maybe you've seen people that have been bullied in work and you want to change that. Maybe you've seen, or maybe you've experienced people that have been mistreated because of their gender, their age, their race. Maybe you think a certain system is failing people right now. For example, I've seen so many people over the years, and I was guilty of this as well in the past, and maybe sometimes still am. But I saw people talking down to themselves, people doubting themselves, saying they'll never achieve anything, that they can't do anything. And these are extremely skilled, awesome people that have the power to really make a difference. And I thought that is fucking wrong. This is not cool. These people need to be out in the world making an impact. So I thought, I'm going to let people know about this on a daily basis. I'm going to let people know about this, that I believe in them, that I know that they've got the power to get shit done, that they can really, really, really have a positive impact. And that's been a big part of my content on LinkedIn. Similarly, mental health, when it comes to mental health in males in particular, I don't think people are talking enough about this. I think it's still a massive taboo subject for so many people. And I made a conscious decision to share my battles with mental health and be very open and very raw with that. Because there's still this notion that I need to man up and then pull myself together, or that men don't have feelings or emotions. And that's just bullshit. You know, unfortunately, many societies around the world, men are encouraged to submerge or suppress their feelings and emotions. It's seen as a sign of weakness. Ultimately, their feelings, whatever's gone on in them, starts to fester, and that leads ultimately to some of the scariest suicide rates. It's just scary for males. So I decided to use the platform that I have to start talking about mental health. And I know not just males as well, but females. Being open and honest about it has let people know that they're not alone. And if those people have been able to just go and actually start talking to people, getting help, getting support, just saying, look, guys, I feel shit, then that has changed so many people's worlds. And that's just so powerful. I'm kind of getting a little emotional just thinking about it. And that is the thing. Just, I think often so many people hold themselves back because they think that only one person. What possibility have they got to change the world? How could they have an impact? And I think, again, I think that's such a bloody shame. So I think sometimes it almost negates responsibility for certain things. So my intention and your intention, and this is a good place to start when it comes to throwing snowballs, is change the world one person at a time. And if that person is yourself, if that's the first person that you change, then that's going to snowball. As I mentioned earlier, that's going to have a positive impact on your family, on your friends, on your clients. And again, that's going to have an impact elsewhere. So I've kind of gone off on a bit of a tangent, but just making sure you're clear on why you're doing it. If you're going on the social media to take part in a popularity contest, then come on, guys. Yes, it will please your ego, but you're more than that. You're more than that, much more than that. And I know maybe you've probably got these unhelpful narratives in your head that are telling you that maybe you're worthless or whatever it is. I don't know you. Like, I'm not going to make any judgments on you. But you've got these narratives in your head and you're just thinking, well, if people like me, then maybe I'll feel better about myself. So again, start one person at a time. Start by appreciating you, your strengths, your awareness, work on your self-belief. And then we can start moving out into the world and making a positive change for more people. And when we do that, I'm going to come to my third point here. When you do decide to let people know about who you are, what you do, and how you help people, authenticity is the name of the game. I know I've covered this in previous episodes, but I really, really want to drill this down. Anybody can put a mask on. Anybody can go on social media and create a super mega Jurassic Park avatar of themselves, which is nothing like who they are as a real bloody person. My advice to you is always show up as you. If I was to meet you in the street, would I think, yep, I know you? Or would I be shocked? Because it's nothing like how you present yourself online. You know, obviously, if you're an actor, then you fulfill roles. But if you're growing a personal brand or showing up as a business and you're expecting people to work with you, why are you going to show up as something that you're not? That you're just going to get a massive shock when they meet you. So always show up authentically. Show up as you. And don't hold yourself back. Don't feel like you have to fit in someone else's box. We don't need another 1 million other people like that. We need you. Your people need you to show up as you, to let your personality shine, to present your ideas in your own unique way from your own unique perspective. That is your job to do that. That is your role. Your people will resonate with you. If you turn up a super mega fake avatar, you're going to be attracting into your circle people that will not light you up, people that will not get the real you. And this doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't serve them. It doesn't serve you. So focus on being you and making the impact on the people that you know that you can make a massive positive impact on. And then once you've done that, those people are going to go and make an impact on their people. But if it all starts from a position of fakeness, from a position of not being truthful, then we're basically building castles in the sand. So don't be afraid to show up as you. Yes, you might hear all of this bollocks on social media telling you you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you've got to show up like this way, you've got to show up like that. Fuck that. Show up as you. Speak in your own unique voice. Put your unique take on it and get it out into the world, which leads me nicely into my final point, which is make shit happen. Okay. As I've mentioned earlier on, we're not mind readers. When you've realized that you have value, when you've realized that you want to make a positive change, you're not going to be able to do that by just thinking about it. You have to take action. You have to take action. The thoughts might be amazing. You might be the most creative person in the world and have the most amazing ideas. But if you're not fucking doing anything about it, then nothing's going to change. And why? Why would you do that? Linking back to the first point, self-belief. Have the belief in yourself that you can get shit done, that you will make it happen, and that you'll have the resilience and the fortitude to get past any roadblocks. Believe in that. Believe in you, and then take those actions one step at a time. So let me just give you an example about that. At the start of this year, I said to my coach, I want to make an impact. I really want to make an impact. I really want to help people start changing their narratives, to start growing, to start believing in themselves and start making a positive impact in the lives of more people. I really wanted to do that. And I thought, how can I do that? And I thought one of the best ways I could possibly do that and reach a global audience was through the podcast. Now, bear in mind, I've never podcasted before in my life. I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. And it felt very big. It felt very big. But I had the self-belief, the belief I could make it happen. I had the intention that I wanted to make a positive impact in the lives of as many people as possible so that they could start throwing snowballs around the world as well, making positive impacts on their communities, their people, their families, their businesses, whatever. And I've shown up in an authentic way because I don't want to do any other way. This is me. This is the sort of person. If I was having a conversation with you right now, I would be talking to you like that. This is why I've decided not to edit out the cusses or try and talk in a way that I don't normally talk. Fuck that. This is me. And I've made stuff happen. So, for example, with the podcast, I had the end goal in mind, which was to launch a podcast at the end of May this year. Then I worked back. I worked back right to the beginning. What's the first thing I need to do? And then I divided it into loads of different steps along the way. And once I started building momentum, it was super easy, super easy. And here we are. This is what, like episode 9 or 10, just loving it, loving it. And you can do the same too, people. You can do the same too. So have that self-belief. Have an intention. What is it you want to achieve? Start showing up authentically as you with your unique voice, your unique perspective. Don't try and fit into someone else's box or shoehorn into some other bullshit that some expert tells you you have to do. And then make it fucking happen. Take those steps. Yes, it may be fucking scary. It will be. It will be. It may feel very uncomfortable at times, but that's where the self-belief and the intention will power you through. So, are you with me? Do you want to start throwing snowballs and making this world such a fucking epic place? Making a positive impact on the people around us and in other communities around the world? Are you with me? Be super interested to hear from you and hear about how you are impacting the world. Please put some comments wherever you're seeing this, or head over to LinkedIn and follow me over there. Show some comments. Love to hear what impact you are having in your community, in your world. Let's make this fucking happen. And breathe. Got a little passionate there, but that's just the way I roll. So a huge thank you to you, you awesome listeners, wherever you are in the universe. That's it for this episode. To get notifications of when the latest episodes drop, be sure to subscribe to this channel wherever you are listening or watching this. And then all that is left to say is to have a great day, great week, great life, great afterlife, great everything, you awesome people. And as always, don't forget to be awesome.